I came home, I was on the driveway, pissing down rain, and my pregnant wife was inside. And I didn't know how to go in and tell her that we were broke. The first year, I hit every branch. I made every wrong move.
Yeah.
I was doing 100-hour weeks, and I started feeling pressure on my chest. And I thought, I just turned 40. Is this anxiety? I had to sit down and Googled, what does having a heart attack feel like? And I was like, tick, tick, tick. That day, I lost 20% of my heart. But it taught me that if you're the most valuable person in your business, you don't have a valuable business.
Do you still work that hard now?
No. We've grown 500% year on year. We're one of the fastest growing companies in Australia, last year, and only doing what I want to do. I couldn't have done any of this without a team.
So talk to me about your team now. What does that look like? Okay, let's go.
Let's do it.
Doza, welcome to Built to Lead.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for coming
Pleasure to be
here. We met in December.
We did.
At the Martel Media event.
Yeah.
And we met over, I think it was breakfast or lunch, and we had a good old chat about our businesses. And I absolutely loved that chat. And I thought, I have to have you on the podcast.
And there we are.
Here we are. So before we get into everything that is team and leadership, which I've been binging your content and absolutely loving it, I'd love to go back to the start a little bit. Because when I started doing some research on you, I was like, it's like you've lived 5 lives, I think.
Well, yeah, definitely.
So take me back there to the start. Briefly, run me through, because I'd love to hear it.
Fat kid.
Yeah. Weren't we all? I was so chubby. I used to be called the Michelin baby.
No.
I was so chunky. Yeah. I'll show you a photo.
We might do an overlay of fat cows. How far back do you want to go? Well, I was a corporate boy. I was down in St. Nate on the way over here when we were seeing all those skylines over there. That used to be me, man. So, I was in marketing, in brand. I was a brand manager at Telstra, Australia's biggest brand.
Yeah.
And then, did some corporate things, lived overseas, then came back, and somewhere along the way, I realized that actually I'm not really into the corporate stuff.
Same.
I never really felt like I fit in.
Yeah.
It just, even the sheer thought of the fact that I was wearing fucking cufflinks.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to swear on this thing?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Go for it.
Cufflinks, bro. Business shirts.
Yeah.
I show my team that stuff now and they go, who the fuck is that?
Yeah. I can't imagine you.
Yeah. LinkedIn profile and everything.
Yeah.
And then, one day I had the silly idea of opening a gym. December the 6th, 2014.
Yep.
Was the opening of my first real business.
Yeah. And that was F45?
That was an F45 just around the corner.
With your best mate?
With Benny Boy from school, yeah. We used to be in a band together at school.
Did you? I'd love to see that.
God, we were shit.
So you couldn't go into that crew?
No, that was definitely, that door closed.
Yeah. Yeah. And so talk to me about opening the gym. I heard that you sold that after COVID.
Yes, mate, seriously, the bloody gym was, it looked so easy on paper.
Yeah.
They
do the franchise ones.
They show you this in any of the listeners that are fellow gym owners or studio owners. Well, there's a cash flow summary they show you at the start, and they go, basically in 9 months' time, it turns into an ATM. And you think, well, I'll have fucking 7 then. How many can I buy?
How many did you buy?
He said, so Benny and I were he was like, all right, I'll get 14 and I'll go maybe 12 and then we'll check in with each other along the way. And then at some point we went, should we just do one together first and just see how it went? Dude, the first year, I hit every branch. I made every wrong move.
Yeah.
If there was a move to be made, I made the wrong one. We were cooked.
Yeah.
We were cooked. Remember there was a moment where I didn't know how to, it was right. Okay. This is the scene. It was pissing down rain. It was winter. It was our very first winter in business in the gym. And I came home, I was on the driveway, pissing down rain, and my pregnant wife was inside with our very first one. She was about 8 months pregnant. So she was almost well done.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how to go in and tell her that we were broke.
Yeah.
Not can't pay the gym bills, not just business broke. I mean, we're fucked.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to stress her out because she had a mire inside her. I didn't want to stress her out.
Yeah, of course.
And we only just bought this house as well. So million plus mortgage, the whole fucking thing, Jess.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her.
You didn't?
No. No, I just fucking backed myself. Just went upstairs and pulled I had a full Jerry Maguire all-nighter.
Yeah.
It was a defining moment. It was like the best thing that happened.
So what did you do? Because you have a team then as well.
Dude, it was, oh my God.
You would have.
It was me.
Yeah.
And Ben, we were still both working full time. So I was doing 100-hour weeks.
Working at Telstra as well.
This was past Telstra now. So I was running I was running like a marketing agency at the time, but I'd be waking up at fucking Sparrows, driving in, opening the gym, 6 o'clock class, 6:45 class, shut the garage door, race to the office, which was just up here in Sarah Hills, turn the lights on at that office, run that agency, fake a meeting in the afternoon, run back down to the studio in Glebe. The key went in, open the roller doors again, run the 6:45. I'm not certified. So I had trainers to do that. I wasn't allowed to, okay? Wait till 7:30. The trainers were just 7:30 class finished. The 6:45 class finished 7:30. 7:31 trainers were out the door.
Yeah.
So I'm fucking moving dumbbells around till 8:30 at night, setting up for tomorrow morning, vacuuming, cleaning the whole situation. Close the thing, turn the lights off, go home, beep, do it again tomorrow morning. Did that for about a year. It's 100-hour weeks. It was chunky. And the team I had at the time was a couple of trainers until the head trainer, we caught him stealing from us.
Really? Stealing money?
Stealing money and sleeping on the job.
Really?
Yeah, he would be invoicing us for some hours that were admin hours, get this, and then the cameras, we put some cameras in and there he was sleeping on the sandbags. There was like a pile of sandbags in the corner. Now listen, every fucking gym owner, studio owner that listens to this, they're probably screaming out the radio right now because buckets happen to them as well.
Wow.
Dodgy motherfuckers.
Dodgy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I really resonate with the working the long hours because when I started agencying, I worked my corporate role for a full year.
Yeah.
I did both.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of the time that's what it takes.
Well, I'm grateful for it.
Me too.
Because our capacity expands at our extremities.
Yeah.
If we don't push it, and there's a healthy version and there's an unhealthy version, but we never really see. It's like when you go to the gym, right? It's called progressive overload.
Yeah.
You got to tear the stuff and then it repairs a little bit bigger, and it's in those periods. And I also think there are seasons. There's seasons when you do that and there's seasons when you don't.
Do you still work that hard now?
Fuck no. And what I will say is, but it's a much bigger business now.
Yeah. You've got team. Yeah.
I've got team, but also I think you've got is there an earning? Like, I think
there's
you
a rite
earn your
passage,
stripes. You're rite of passage, right? You can't take the escalator to the top. You got to do some shit down the bottom.
Yeah.
When we have a business program, so we like business I'm in now, Geronimo Academy. We take studio owners that yoga, Pilates, gyms, whatever, and take them $2 million and beyond. It's a full academy.
Love that.
But there's 3 different phases of business. And the phase we're talking about right now is phase 1. And you've got to get through phase 1 to earn the right to play phase 2. There's like 3 different levels of the game.
I love that because so many people get into business and they go, I just want to be up there.
I know.
How do I get up there?
Particularly the young ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a patience and there's like, you've got to actually learn some sort of skills. That first level is all about skills. You and I needed to learn those skills that we then transfer into the second levels when we start to do teams. We start to bring you and fuck, I need someone to help me out the back end here or something like that, right? But you've got to have those skills to be able to transfer those skills to someone else. Otherwise, it's just a mess. You get 2 people looking at each other going, the fuck do we do in here? And then you take those skills. So skill set, tool set, and then the third level that we talk about is mindset. And it's where those 3 combine later on. Do you get to build your dream business?
Yeah. Yeah. Talk to me about your academy. Is that why you created that? Because of everything you went through with the gym?
Do you know what? It's so funny you ask, and that's very intuitive of you. I only realized recently that I've built the thing that I wish I had.
Yeah.
And that's the energy that I bring into it. I just want to fucking save, not rescue them because I feel like they need to go through certain
Give them
things.
The tools so they can.
Just get in here.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to suffer out there by yourself.
Yeah.
There's a whole party in here. Hundreds of them.
Yeah. So talk to me about what did building and selling those gyms teach you about business, risk, leadership, especially the leadership piece, because I think that's really important for founders, especially when they're coming to your academy.
Yeah.
What did all of that teach you?
This might sound counterintuitive, but it taught me that if you're the most valuable person in your business, you don't have a valuable business.
Yeah.
The only reason why we were able to sell for high multiples was because you'd have to scroll back pretty fucking far to find, me all over the Instagram, or like I didn't run the sessions. Like we built a business.
Yeah.
So the holy grail definition of a business is it's an asset that produces cash without your involvement.
Yeah.
Like without you. You and I can go to Hawaii for a month and it wouldn't go backwards. It'd actually go forward because it's a system. It's a thing. What it taught me was, right. So the point of getting into business, aside from helping people, is to actually build a business. And up until the point where it's under management and is profitable and you're getting distributions out of it, it's not a business yet. It's the point of business isn't about getting busy. The point of it is to get to the other side of that and to build a valuable asset, to actually create enterprise value for someone else. Yeah.
Your life, from doing my research on you, I've learnt that your life took a pretty huge turn at one point.
Yeah.
You had a heart attack.
Yeah.
And it nearly killed you.
Yeah.
Talk to me a little bit about that. What happened?
It was a normal morning, dude. There was no signs of it.
Really?
Zero.
Nothing.
Dude, like fucking the week before I was running up and down sand dunes.
Yeah, wow.
7:50 a.m. at the cafe that I go to pretty much every morning.
Yeah.
But I've had 1,000 mornings just like this, 7:50, right? A workmate was going to meet me at 8 o'clock. So we would start working on the slides for a 3-day summit that we're going to have.
Your summit or?
My own summit.
Wow.
And then I started feeling like pressure on my chest. And I thought, fuck, I just turned 40. Is this anxiety? Do I get anxiety now? Is it because of this? Do I
turn 40?
Is this because I'm getting old? Like, is it, what's it called? Like indigestion or some shit?
Yeah.
Is it like, have I got one of those things? And they just tried to ignore it for a while. So I've turned up. I saw a park across the road. So I was like freezing at this point. Freezing. And
it wasn't cold?
It was summer. It was December.
Yeah.
And it was like the pain was getting heavier. It felt like an elephant sitting on my chest. So where she parked was like, there was a big, like the sun was just streaming. It was like right there. So I was like, I was just drawn to go out there and just get some fucking sun.
Yeah.
And then I had to sit down and Googled, what does having a heart attack feel like? And I was like, tick, 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 fuck, I better go. I'd only heard the night before on the news, like I just heard the news in the background and at home, that the ambulance wait times were getting longer and longer. So I thought to myself, I didn't want to fucking die waiting for an ambulance. So I rode my bike home. I know. I know.
Do you regret that? Knowing?
I actually reckon it was one of the 3 things that happened that morning that I reckon saved my life. I would have.
To get the blood.
I would have like walked it off, being a typical 4-year-old bloke, just kind of like walk it off. They would have found a dead body on the Esplanade in Cronulla.
Wow.
When I got home, my wife wasn't meant to be working. My wife was meant to be at work, but I called her and she goes, "What's wrong?" And I go, I got chest pains. And she goes, "Oh, I'm just dropping the kids off. Zali's sick, so I'll come. I'm not going to work, so I'll come home." She saw me and she took me straight to the hospital. And then as soon as the nurse in emergency put the last lead on the chest for running the ECG, fucking all hell broke loose, dude. And they basically had like 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
So straight into surgery?
100% blocked. Of the 3 arteries, the first one was 100% blocked, second one was 70% blocked, and the third one was about 60% blocked. And that day, like I lost 20% of my heart.
Wow. Is it back now or it's gone?
It's back.
It's back,
It's
baby.
back. It's back. Yeah, so, which was a whole process afterwards, but it was a scare, dude. It was.
Oh, I can imagine.
Dude, it fucking changed everything. You know, like there was a moment where I made a deal with myself when so now I'm in the research room, so they're preparing me for surgery. I am like stone cold at this point because the blood wasn't getting through. I was fading in and out. I was like, the word I would use that I've never really had to use before this particular moment was, it was the first time in my life that I'd felt like just surrendering.
Yeah.
Because I'm normally the defining moments, fucking massive action, all that kind of shit.
Yep.
There's nothing I could do. Nothing I could do. Everyone was just yelling at me because I was like kind of fading in and out, and I had just enough in me to make a deal with myself. As they said, they kind of lowered the mask over my head, and they said, "Well, in a moment, we're going to ask you to count back from 10." And I knew that was kind of like it's showtime.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck, okay. Well, just before that's happening, like if I get through this," what I realized was like the car that the Range Rover I was driving didn't fucking matter. The boat I had didn't fucking matter. The house we had and how many zeros in the account does not fucking matter, Jess.
Yeah.
At that moment, the only thing that mattered to me was, did I live a life that mattered?
Mm.
So the deal I made with myself, like 10 minutes on the clock, was if I get through this, it's going to be different. Things are fucking changing, man.
So obviously you got through it.
Last went on 10, 9, 8, black.
And what happened? What was the recovery like?
I thought I died.
Did you? Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was noisy. Like everything was so fucking loud. I was in pain and cold and like really overstimulated. And then I woke up and there was no pain, there was no noise, and I wasn't cold anymore.
Oh my God.
I know.
How scary.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, so then when I actually did wake up, I was clamped to the bed in the ward, and there was about 7 people at the foot of my bed all wearing lab coats,
God.
clipboards, looking at me. The first words I said was, "What's wrong?" And they looked like they were looking at a fucking ghost.
Really?
And then the guy like at the front, Dr. Robai, who's the cardiologist, said, this is what he said, right? He goes, "Mr. Handosa, that's how I know I'm in trouble. Or something serious is happening.
Yeah.
Mr. Handosa, you shouldn't be alive."
Wow.
They call me Mr. Lucky. So yeah, from that point onwards, fucking everything changed.
You obviously recovered. You get back to work. What changes? What changes with you, your life, your business?
Yeah, I'll tell you the first thing that changed. After the 3rd surgery, so I've got 3 stents in there now, so I had 3 surgeries. Yep. I woke up. I didn't know what time it was. I knew it was dark, right? The curtains opened. The doctor, the cardiologist and 2 nurses walked in and said, "We've got good news. We've fixed everything. You're good." And I just felt such relief in that moment. So much relief that I reached for my phone and called my business partner. I don't know what time I was. It might have been in the middle of the night. I said, "We're back, baby." Yeah. And I said, "Grab Soph and meet me at the yacht club on Friday. I'm getting out tomorrow. Meet me at the yacht club on Friday. We're going to make some decisions about the business." And mate, Ben would have fucking shat himself.
Yeah. What, thinking you wanted to sell?
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out, dude.
And what happened at that meeting?
Yeah, what happened at that meeting was I said, bring up the full list of clients. Right now, we're going to traffic light all the clients. Mm-hmm. The green ones we want to keep, the yellow ones we're going to have a conversation with, and the red ones we're going to bless and release.
Yeah.
I said, we're fucking changing things. Yeah. We called up some clients and sacked them.
Yeah.
In a nice way.
Yeah.
But what I realized was, that was the first decision I made, was like, fuck this type of business. Like at the time, the type of stuff we were doing was a lot of the done for you stuff. We were getting the leads, making the sales, and we were just kind of attracting just a type of client that we were kind of their life support. It was just the negative energy was like too hectic. People that are listening to this that have got businesses that don't love their clients, trust me, on the other side of making a pretty bold decision about firing some clients in a nice way, we call it bless and release.
Yes.
Like everything got better, Jess.
Yeah. Yeah. We had to do that probably about 18 months ago. It just make a bit of a change with our marketing and our packages. We were just attracting people that wanted really low hours, virtual assistants. And, you know, when it's 10 hours a week, they're counting every minute. And it's like, no, we want the full time, you know? So what did you do? Because I know at that point I was like, no, I need all the clients. Like, but also, you know how much pain
it made zero financial sense, and it put us in the red for a long time.
Yeah.
It was borderline negligent.
Really?
Best thing that happened.
Yeah.
But like I had to tip. This is some tea. I only found out about this term the other day, by the way.
Spill the tea.
I'm trying to
keep up
myself young. I tipped another 250 grand back in the business just to just to make sure everyone was getting paid in my company because of the decision that I just made.
Yeah.
It wasn't their fault. I wanted to make sure everyone was getting paid. So I put 250 grand back in the business, which took ages to pay it back.
Yeah.
Just to make sure that the lights were on, everyone's been fed. But it bought me some time to kind of recover from that decision.
Yeah. Yeah. But I love that. Like, as a leader, that's just what you've got to do. If you believe in what you're doing and believe in your team, you've got to do it. What changed for you, like, to make that decision, and how did you actually start attracting those ideal clients?
Yeah. And you're right. Being the leader, we have to make some decisions that sometimes aren't popular. If you want everyone to like you, don't be a leader.
Yeah.
Just sell ice cream.
Yeah.
We've got to make bold decisions, and we've got to stand by those decisions, right?
Yeah.
And this, you can only make the best decisions you can with the information you have at the time. We follow this thing called the 70% rule, which I think we borrowed from the SEAL team or SAS or something, or Special Forces, where, in their world, if they've got 70% of the information, like if they've got enough to make a decision, that's enough.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's make a decision. Let's go. Because waiting around for it to be 100%, you put yourself at risk. You're vulnerable target. So we do that at, in my organization, 70%, let's go.
Yeah.
And that was one of those decisions. It was a 70% decision. So from that moment, we pivoted the type of business we were. We looked at the insights and the data, and turns out the best clients, like our fucking best clients, hear from us the least, very capable themselves, and they just needed a bit of a how from us.
Yep.
They appreciated us the most, and we offered this kind of service for them. So like, fuck, if we just got another 50 of those, we'd be happy days.
So how did you pivot? Was it pivoting your marketing to attract those people?
Yeah. We went from a done for you, get your leads, get your sales, all that sort of shit, to now we became an academy. So we started to coach them on stuff, on installing these systems in their business. And it's like, I'm not one of those people that, just, you and I have seen them, right? There's a lot of virgin sex therapists and someone that's been in business for 6 months and now they're a fucking business coach.
Yep.
Like, makes me sick. But I've done what they wanted to do. Like, I built $1 million studios, sold them multiple times. So I've done that, and I accidentally kind of discovered a formula. I've got all the playbooks.
Yeah.
Like, you can, from there to there, $1 million is all we do all day long.
Yeah. Happy
days. So I've actually done this shit before. So I think that came through, and that was easier to sort of attract. So then we went towards, we're an academy now, so we teach you and we'll kind of help you install this shit in your business.
Yeah.
And then it's just gone from there.
Do you keep them accountable?
Fuck.
Or is it up to them? Because this is something I
love my members.
Yeah.
But I almost don't trust them.
Yeah.
So there's a whole team now. There's like, we've probably got about 30 in our company.
Yeah.
And everyone's got a coach, weekly numbers. Nate and I will do mystery shops. I'll mystery shop.
Yeah, I've seen
See if they follow the fucking scripts. Okay. And so the ones that don't, they definitely
hear about it.
Yeah, they get a size 13 up their ass. And they love it.
Absolutely.
They love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they have to want to be able to do it themselves.
And they do.
Yeah.
And they
and
do.
That's the difference.
Yeah. Some of these people are hardest workers in the room. They're just working on the wrong shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like nothing, I couldn't have done any of this without a team.
Totally. So talk to me about your team now. What does that look like?
Jess, I've worked a lot on not being an accidental diminisher as a leader. I didn't realize
what do you mean?
Okay, so like earlier versions of me as a leader would accidentally like burn people out.
Yeah.
And like, you know what it's like when you're a business owner, you don't even know what time it is. You just make phone calls. Yeah. What day is it? Sundays. So what weekends sometimes, like particularly
middle of the night,
particularly in the early days. So like, and me and my ADD brain, I just like ring people and it's like, hey, have you done it? It's like, dude, it's Saturday. It's like, sorry. I remember this one day when we had when the team was really big in the old model that we had, and I'd walked into the office, which was at Alexandria at the time. Now, from the front door to the door of my office was about 7 meters. And in that 7 meters, I'd walk past on the left-hand side, the sales team. from the front door to my door, 7 meters and about 3-second walk. And I said, in those 3 seconds, I said, how many stars did we get yesterday, team? 5, 3, 5, 7, 1, 2. Like, and there was a lady called Meg, and it goes 2. And I'm still walking, and I go, why not 5? As I'm still walking, just as a, why not 5? Thought nothing of it.
Oh, no.
Opened the door, went back into my room, and just went and did some stuff. And I walked back out, and it's like, where's Meg gone? She went home crying, and she never came back again. And I was like, oh fucking hell. So I didn't like mean anything by it. It was just a question as I was walking. It's made it a brain.
Yeah.
I've from then like paid 30, 40 grand to get like personal leadership coaching for 9 months. Brought some language into the company. We did some tests for like on ourselves and on each other and to understand each other. I've really worked on my shit.
Yeah.
You can't expect your team to 10x if we don't 20x as leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the first part of leadership is self-leadership, and that's us.
Yeah.
It's our non-negotiables. It's our standards. It's how we behave. It's not what we say. It's how we behave. We're the thermostat, right? A team can't go past us. It's fucking awkward otherwise. Yeah. Like they just can't. We are the barometer. We're the thermostat. So to get to the point now where, I mean, a great book that I read was Multipliers. Great leadership book. Yellow book.
That one?
Yellow. And when I read that book, I learned a term that I was an accidental diminisher.
Yeah.
Accidental being the opposite here. And all of us, all the leaders listening to this, our job is to, as much as we can, become a multiplier, where we multiply talent.
Yeah.
And my belief is in 2026 and beyond, our competitive edge is going to be the talent density we have in our companies.
100%.
Which is why I created these vision books, which I brought one for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Audience, hopefully you'll be able to like zoom in on this, but this is Empire 28. So just before I saw you, we just came back from Hawaii, which was a 3-year vision. We said all these things, and this was
family holiday or
no, the team.
You took everybody to Hawaii.
Yeah, I took my core team to Hawaii, and we kidnapped 30 or 40 clients as well. We took them
really
to test if their business was under management. So we confiscated the funds.
That. And how did their business go?
All but one survived. All but one did really well.
Yeah.
We still love her. But this, I brought this as a gift. This is our next 3 years. So Empire 28 is our next 3-year vision. And this is what I believe one of the things a leader needs to be able to do is cast a vision so fucking big for your company and your team that everyone inside that company, they can see themselves fitting in that big vision. So their visions can fit inside that big vision. And in there we talk about, I think, when we talk about building a great company, in here we talk about our mission, what our purpose is, what the enemy is, which is burnout for us.
Yeah.
And also our culture.
Yeah.
So culture for me is what happens when you're not in the room.
How they speak about you, what happens.
Just how they behave when you're not around. It's not like when mum and dad's not around, like how do they actually behave? So we have a code. Obviously we've got values. Yep. But these are, people who do values and they stick them in the top drawer. They don't.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
We've got awards every single month. They get peer nominated. They get voted in and out. Like we hire by these, we fire by these, we promote by these.
I love this.
We've got sayings on this. If any of your audience wants a copy of this,
can we put something in the show notes?
Yeah.
Can reach out to you or copy?
If you find me on Instagram at hey.doza and message me Empire-Jess.
Yep.
Then I know that's you're friends with Jess, and I'll give you guys a copy of this because I just think and this can be the template for everyone. But we've got leadership philosophy.
Yep.
And the leadership philosophy, I think a lot of people, it wasn't until I was able to articulate it, could I remind myself to come through that frame. And in the first season of this company, for a low heart 25, it was about raising good humans. But at Empire 28, we've got a 99% chance of failing, statistically.
Yeah.
So.
Which is wild.
We may as well not start.
Yeah.
So the leadership philosophy that we've developed and we've seen, over the past 3 years was high performance comes out of high challenge and high support cultures. High challenge, high support. So that's what our leadership model is. You know, I don't want staff. Like I said to us, my leadership philosophy now is like, I don't want staff. I will raise leaders. And our team identity in Geronimo now is called being a G. As in, when you come to the office, there's like posters, there's emblems, there's logos, there's
being a G.
Yeah, that's like a Geronimo. It's like the ultimate member of our mission is a G. And there's behaviors, rituals, and standards as part of that we can actually articulate and point to. It's not a title, it's a non-negotiable standard and responsibility that we have to each other in the company. So if you're a G.
So is this just for your core?
That's my team.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But
including our offshore team, by the way.
Yes, yeah, which we'll touch on in a minute. But so this is what you teach inside your academy as well?
Yes. Yeah.
I feel like I need to join your academy.
Well, we're doing
we don't have a studio, but maybe I should start one so I can join.
That's in the book.
Yeah.
In my vision, which you'll read, I talk about people will want to buy a fucking Pilates studio just to join our academy.
Yeah. I feel like I am becoming a Pilates teacher.
That's what we want to create. You know, leadership isn't just because you're the leader, because you pay the bills. That doesn't automatically make you a fucking leader.
Yeah. Having
these elements in place and being the example of that and actually giving a shit about your team.
Yeah.
So in my team, like Nate, anyone in my team, we've sat down and we've worked out where they want to be in 3 years' time. Not just like pithy. We're not even doing like a fucking mood board. Where are you going to be in 3 years' time?
Yeah.
And we work back their achievement roadmap, right? And 4 different elements, like their work, personal, wealth. In that book, I say that we're going to create 150 millionaires over the next 3 years, starting with internal millionaires.
Wow.
We've got investment opportunities for these guys. Anyway, I go into that. But my point there is they map out, I walk them through a framework that we've developed and they map out where they're going to be in 3 years' time, their achievement roadmap, right? And then where they're going to be in the next 12 months. We call that the Power 12. And so they put that as their screensaver, which I'm showing Jess right now. And then what the standards are of that, what the different milestones are along the way, what resources they'll need to unlock. And then for every milestone, that unlocks a reward. So all those rewards, which are either for themselves or for someone else in their life that they love. When someone wins the G of the month, we as a company, well, the first thing we do as we start our monthly all-team meeting called the 77, because it goes for 77 minutes, the first thing we start off with is everyone giving their update on their personal achievement roadmaps. I want to know how everyone else is going in their life, like if they're spiraling up, before we talk about the company results. Newsflash, if your team's going better outside of work, they're going to go better inside of work.
Yeah.
Okay. But if they win the G of the month, then we'll contribute something on their awards, on their achievement roadmap. We don't just go and get pissed.
Yeah.
I don't think. I just mainly the sales team that drink.
Yeah.
Shout out to sales team.
Yeah. Couldn't do business without them.
Yeah.
So what if someone came to you like a coach and wanted to join you guys, but one of their goals was to have their own business in a few years?
Yeah.
What do you find that people are honest with you if they bring that up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we will help them towards that as well.
Okay.
Asterix, since the heart attack, one of the deals that I made with myself is I only want to do long-term things with long-term people.
Yeah.
So that comes part of it as well. And it might be rare that someone turns up and it's a complete surprise that in 3 years' time they want to have a dog walking business or something completely random because of our hiring funnel. We've got a full, this vision book, you get this. If you apply for a job in our company, we've got a full hiring funnel. It started with, starts off with our ideal team design. That's like how we've already designed the dream team. There's just some empty boxes.
Yeah. Okay.
And each one of those boxes has numbers against them in terms of what their core metrics are, like the KPIs, standards, rituals, the behaviors, and the one or few numbers that they seem to drive. And then we create the job ads off the back of that, and then we create a hiring funnel off the back of that. Now they get this book at a certain stage in the hiring funnel. before they do their test project. Only when they pass their test project do I meet them.
Yep.
And then my job at the last stage of their hiring process is to convince them not to take the job.
Really?
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
Because it's going to be hard. 99% chance of failing, Jess.
Yeah.
Like we can't bring on people that are kind of into it. 9 to 5 passion. Like the fucking 7s. I can't, the 7s are too hard.
Yeah.
You know, I can take an 8 to a 10. And there's a thing that I say at that chat, and there's a response that I'm looking for. When I say, like, this is going to be, like, it's going to be this, it's going to be this, it's going to be unreasonable, we're going to be, like, all these things. And I go, it's going to be fucking hard, dude. I probably wouldn't take the job.
And what do they say?
And I go, do you have any questions for me? What I love hearing is, can I start Monday?
Yeah. Yeah, I love that.
If they go, let me think about it, I go, you don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to. I'll save you the time.
Yeah.
And back to talent density. Talent density. Like, you got to have the best fucking players.
And where are you finding these people? Are you putting a job on, say,
My God, do you know where I'm finding them?
LinkedIn?
My bloody Instagram.
Yep.
Because of the media. Because they connect on values and they see the energy that is coming through, and they see what we're about and that kind of stuff. We've put the same ads on Seek, emails, all of it. Like Indeed, Facebook Marketplace. We've done it, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Our best people have come from our media.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So good. And talk to me about your offshore team. I saw,
Love them.
I didn't know you had, I mean, we spoke about it a little bit in Manly, but you did a reel and it was like everyone jumping on the couch. And I saw these little heads pop up and I was like, that's a Filipino. That's a Filipino.
Had them 10 years, mate.
Yeah.
Dude, our we call them the PH crew. Our PH crew could run the business.
Yeah.
Weapons. I trust, I said to you off camera, Mika, shout out to Mika. Mika's the queen. 9 times out of 10, if we're having an argument, she's right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're right again, Mika.
Yeah.
You know, she knows where all the dead bodies are buried. She knows all the passports. She knows everything, dude.
Yeah.
The running joke is, if we send Mika a message and she hasn't responded in 5 minutes, is she okay?
Yeah. Yep. That's what I'm like with.
Dude, try and find, we can't find something they can't do. We've not been able to find something.
Yeah. And it blows my mind that people are still like, oh, what do you give a virtual assistant to do? Like, what role can they do? I'm like, are you crazy?
Everything you're doing
everything
at the moment.
Literally everything that's
Instead of
done.
fucking links.
Yeah. Everything that's done on a computer, they can do.
Oh, yeah. And I would trust them with my kids.
Yeah.
Like, I would trust them. They've got my credit cards. They've got everything.
Yep. Me too.
That's, I think, a point though
that
to make.
That comes with time. Yeah.
But also, you've got to treat them as part of the team. I, like, from first day, they've been part of the team.
Yeah.
They're in amongst the team channel. They've all got nicknames. When it's their birthday, we wish them happy birthday as well. Like, we get the fuck around them for stuff that happens in their life too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're exactly the same. Obviously, this is how I'm building my agency, but it absolutely blows my mind. And this is the bit of the clean out that we had to do with, clients that churn through their VAs. And it's like, well, it's not them. Like, if we're finding the right people and we're recruiting for the role and the tasks that you need done, but you're burning through them, like, how are you showing up as a leader for them? Are you including them? Are you treating them like...
Most people don't know how to delegate.
No.
And they don't know how to actually, there's a certain way to train a VA.
Yeah.
And in our experience, you get them, firstly, like, show me, before you start blaming your team, there's like a few checklists that I need to see before I join you in that conversation.
Yeah.
Show me, pop open your calendar, show me where you train your team. Like, point to the time in your calendar where you are training your team. Point to your vision book, point to the culture, the standards, the rituals, behaviors, like what's expected of them. Point to the hiring funnel, point to where you had that in the job ad, point to your test project, point to your 30, 60, 90 onboarding plan, and point to the very first thing that you said for your VA. This is what we're going to master first, and then we're going to scale. Then we're going to just layer until by the end of the 90, you've got the full roll down pat.
Yeah.
Point to me where their performance plans are. Point to me their achievement roadmap, where they know that you actually give a fuck about them
Yeah.
So that you can build a level of trust.
Yeah.
If you've got all those things and you can show me all those things, then you can tell me how shit your team are.
Yeah.
But until then, let's just fix process before people.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Let's go back to founders that join your program.
Yeah.
What's something that you see a lot of founders work on in their business that you just shake your head? And
This shit, admin.
Yeah.
Get rid of it. $10 an hour, $15 an hour. And they're dodging phone calls. Like they're not calling the leads.
So what should they be doing instead?
Revenue. Like if they're not making enough money, do money-making activities. When you've got some team, you get to a certain point where your product is your service. Like because you're out on the floor. In my world, you're out on the floor, like you're doing the thing. When you start building your team, your product isn't the service anymore. Your product is your people. So instead of hiding behind your inbox, why don't you go and develop your team? Why don't you go and put together a bit of a vision book? Why don't you go and actually knock on some doors, put some partnerships together? Why don't you work on your offer? Why don't you work on the next product that you're going to, innovate? Why don't you work on communication into the market and being a leader, showing up on media? I don't care what business you're in. In 2026, you're a fucking media business.
Yeah, 100%. Content creation.
What are we doing here?
Yeah, exactly. I
don't care what business you think you're in. And if you're saying you're too busy, if you're saying you're too busy to do media, then you've got it backwards.
Yeah.
Is where I'm at.
Yeah, I agree. How do you coach your clients to become better leaders?
Self-leadership first. So we teach them non-negotiables. So these are the 5-day non-negotiables that they've got to do to earn the right to be able to lead someone else, because it goes self-peer, then your team leadership. That's kind of the order. A lot of the times our guys struggle because of, drumroll, imposter syndrome. And that self-confidence. These guys are accidental leaders.
Yeah.
I love them. But they started their business to run a fucking Pilates class because they love Pilates or yoga or gym or whatever. They're a PT or something like that. They didn't think they had to be effective leaders in management. That's not why they got into business. So we kind of have to backfill that, starting with the non-negotiables. Showing up for themselves every single day, ticking these 5 things off every single day, not some days, including the weekends, especially when they don't want to, creates those promises they keep to themselves, especially on days they don't, creates like the calluses you get when you train, but in their mind and in self-respect. So that develops confidence. Then we give them the tools, right, to be able to know how to offload a task to someone else, because they will fuck that up.
Yeah. Half a sentence and then they get it.
Have you got it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, so how to do that properly, how to playbook. We've got a playbook for how to playbook, right? And then how to coach up, how to have those conversations with people, those tough conversations. Because I think a lot of the times they think they want to get into the friend zone with their peeps and not be able to roll up on them and go, Jess, you missed on this target. Let me kind of help you coach them up. So we help them with frameworks on how to actually coach their team and how to have those conversations. Then we teach them about KPIs. They go, what's a KPI? I go, fuck, all right, we'll start there.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we put them into scorecards. And then so we actually have to, before we teach them leadership, we teach them management. And we back self-leadership, then the management part. So how to...
Because there's a big difference.
There is a big difference. So we've got to backfill a bit of the stuff first. And then we pop them up. And so they're creating, Jess, these books for themselves.
Yeah. Love that.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
One of the things I do is a solo CEO retreat, and I thought everyone did them, but I take myself away 3 times a year for 3 days.
To get away from the wife and kids.
Well, it's actually to get altitude.
Yeah.
Everything that's happened in our business and therefore for the millions of people that we impact around the world pretty much has come off the back of one of these solo CEO retreats. So my clients do these now. There's some on them right now.
See, I don't do a solo, but I love doing the retreat, like the summit that we went to, the Martel meetup, because it was a few days away. You're learning, you're growing, you're working on your business. But I have never done a solo one.
The difference between the one that we went to and a solo one is one can be for the people out there that just love going to different things for a bit of a motivational sugar hit. At some point, it becomes a bit like mental masturbation.
Yeah.
The solo CEO retreats, you are confronting stuff. Like I've got a full agenda. Like the first book that I stared at a fire for 3 days and came up with the first vision. Like you have an epiphany. Back end of day 2, people generally have an epiphany. It takes you the first day to just get into a certain state.
Yeah.
And then on the second day, towards the afternoon, that's when people find that they have a full download. Full download. That's why I'm releasing a book this year.
How exciting.
Yeah.
And you wrote the book, or you came up with, I want to write a book?
Both those things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just like I couldn't type fast enough. Like now I've got that whisper flow on my computer. I will just say it, but because I just, oh my God, slow down. Like, because it's just like a full download. I know it sounds hippie.
No, not at all. And
trust me, everyone that comes back from a solo CEO retreat, fucking changed humans. Also, Separation Sunday.
Yes, I've seen this on Instagram. But what is it?
20 minutes. So the achievement roadmap stuff that I was talking to you about that everyone's got in my company and you get when you come and work with us, all our clients have it as well.
Yeah.
I know where my clients want to be in 3 years. All of them.
Wow.
All of them. Not just family holiday. Like I know they want to go to Tonga to watch the whales at a certain month. I know they want to go to, they want to hit all Disneylands over the next 3 years. Like all of them. That's the 3-year view. Then we've got the Power 12-month view. Then how do we stay connected and like on track is what happens every single Sunday. And it only takes the time that it takes to drink a coffee, pretty much, because that was the timer, you know, so 20 minutes pretty much, like order, wait, it arrives, drink it. And what you do is it's the way to make sure that you are on track with your ideal life that you are building and designing. That's my big thing is off the deal I made with myself was I was kind of in a fine state, which I think is worse than burnout because people do something about burnout, but fine, Jess, is it's fine. Like
just cruise along.
This is fine.
Yeah.
This is fine. Like no one really fuck fine, Jess.
Yeah.
Fuck fine.
Absolutely.
Live life by design.
Yeah.
Instead and build your business, like design your business to fuel your ideal dream life. That's my big thing.
So people listening that
so the Sunday thing, right?
Yes,
so
talk to me about that.
20 minutes, there's so basically what happens is my belief is like your ideal year is just 52 ideal weeks. Yeah. Okay. It starts off with a review. So you review the week that was. There's up the top part, there's the diamonds, which are like the best bits, the 3 best bits, the rocks, those are the 3 learnings or the constraints, and then the stars, which is like what you're looking forward to for the week ahead. So review, preview. By the way, that's what we do as a family every night around the dinner table. Not every night, as in we don't get to have dinner all together every night, but when we do rocks and diamonds and stars. Then from that, we move into the 4 pillars that I believe are the kind of 4 areas of our life when we start to design it, which map to the achievement roadmap that you've already done. Okay. So then it's like, what would need to happen this week for it to be a fuck yeah? So you put 3 things per box, 4 boxes. And then in business, high performers work towards outcomes, not effort. That's a really big point to make. Yeah. So if you think about outcomes of the week, I got fucking sick of working all week and not having anything to show for it at the end of the week. And a lot of my owners in the program, in our academy, used to be like that as well. Yeah. Because they just float through the week. Yeah. Busy, but no outcomes. So we design the outcome we want on a Sunday and we call it the Fuck Yeah Friday. So what would need to happen for you to be able to have a Fuck Yeah Friday and really spend like present time with your family, be your best version, the whole situation. So we define what that needs to be on Friday. And then it's like what would need to be true for the rest of the week. And then the bottom part is the commit to 3. So every single day, the best day starts the night before. Yeah.
Oh, I agree.
So the night before, you commit to 3. So the 3 things that you're going to do off the back of what you've already written to get you closer towards a Fuck Yeah Friday. If you go so today is Friday. Is it?
It is, yeah.
It's Friday. In my company right now and across all my clients, the energy will be through the roof because it's fucking Friday. Like, we heard all these things about it. And then so that way you earn the weekend and it's so fucking good. So when it comes down to sit down again on the Sunday and to review, because there's like a full template for it, you can just like, you highlight And it's just the best feeling. Like, fucking did that. Fuck it.
And I see everyone sharing this on their stories. Is this something that you keep people accountable to, or they just should, like...
It's changed a lot. It's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
But for themselves, they can feel the difference.
Yes.
You know how when you've been taking like vitamins, you can't really tell if you've been you can't really tell if when you stop. People notice when they don't do separation Sunday.
Yeah.
Their weeks just turn to mush.
Mm.
It is life-changing.
Bad habits and float through the week.
Yeah. So if anyone goes to my Instagram at hey.doza again, and just if you message me the word Sunday, you'll get the template for free.
Oh, love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I've got I plan for the week, but that sounds epic.
This is part of a full stack to create and design, you know, your fuck fine life and business that fits within that.
Yeah. So does everyone in your team do that as well?
Everyone.
Yeah. So good. I've had the team create ideal weeks for themselves, block out times, all of that, but
it's the language as well. So like even as a company, we talk about, you know, at our Monday meeting, which is called the Signal, the leadership meeting, you know, it's like, what's our win the week? And it's Fuck Your Friday. Like if you looked at our Slack today, people are like chopping their Fuck Your Fridays off, which are aligned to everything that sits on their achievement roadmap. It's all just the number one. There's a book that was written by a palliative nurse in Australia, and it was like the 5 regrets of the dying. The number one regret of the dying, the top regret of the dying, was living a life that wasn't theirs.
Yeah.
So alignment is actually the goal. So everything, I'm the alignment, like fucking everything.
Yeah. Did you agree with that?
Dude, I did. Like, so I often talk about Doza 1.0 actually did die that day. So this is 2.0. This is my sequel. It is by design. Just unless it's a fuck yeah, it's a fuck no in my life right now. Yeah. Like I did not survive that to maintain. So dude, I don't should is like a word that is like an alarm for me. Like I don't do any shoulds in my life. And just in case people think it's like not good for business, we've grown 500% year on year. We're one of the fastest growing companies in Australia, like last year, and only doing what I want to fucking do. Yeah. I can't believe we get paid to do it. Yeah. You know, like it's incredible.
I love that. Is Ben still your business partner?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
He makes sure that I don't go to jail. Yeah. And he operationalizes all the 1 out of 10 good ideas I've got.
Yeah. Do you feel like he's grown a lot from what happened to you as well?
Everyone's grown. Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Friends, family.
Just think perspective. Yeah. You know, like getting to the top of that volcano to achieve like Aloha 25, which was mental.
Oh, because huge.
Because I wrote it 3 years ago without any clients, pretty much, without any team. And I talked about this event that we'd run in Hawaii. We've never run an event before. I was scared of events because I didn't want to accept that no one would turn up to it.
Yeah.
Right. So the fact that we were up there on top of a volcano in Diamond Head, like we did the Diamond Head walk with like clients around us and like good. Hugging this opening photo. Look at this opening photo. And it's not going to help. Well, that opening photo.
Oh, I love that.
Listeners will, if you want the book, you know what to do.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That moment, like I imagined it and then it happened. So everyone changed.
I can't wait to read this.
Yeah. Everyone changed.
Yeah. I love that. Thank you for that. So you've talked about Empire 28.
Yeah.
What does this year look like for you? Because we're at the start of the year.
We are. This year is about stacking odds in our favor. Mm-hmm. That's what the next 3 years looks like. We get into a point now where this is going to be a pretty underwhelming answer. I actually want a boring business. It's not talked about enough. All these hustler bros and
this is what I love to hear because I'm doing the same. I've just put in a managing director and our meeting yesterday was about this year is about stabilizing.
Dude, so we know how to grow fast. We've done that and it was amazing.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we're building a great business. A lot of there's a stat which I I will like butcher it right now, but there is an obscene amount of businesses that appear on a fast list
Yep.
that aren't there in 5 years' time.
Yep.
We don't want to be those. We got millions of people to impact. We can't do that if we've burnt ourselves out while we're trying to help others not burn out themselves. So at the moment, we are increasing our talent in the business, like a density of talent. We're working a lot on our own AI platform, which will effectively be, and it's in the book, so it's public knowledge now because we're releasing that to the public, but it's going to be like the Iron Man suit for a studio owner.
So good.
It's going to be epic. So they'll have predictability. They'll have.
But I think this is really refreshing for a lot of business owners because, you know, it's great for people to do that 3-year plan, and we've got one as well. But it's like, what does this year need to look like? And you can keep scaling, you can keep bringing on clients, but if they're the wrong clients, and it's
we've changed our gear. Our new era now, and I've written in this book, this vision book, is the income and impact era. So we are now giving away 1% of all our revenue to fund mental health initiatives that are important to us and also for our clients.
Yep.
Every time a client hits $1 million, which is like what we want them to get, we will donate in their name $10,000 to, you know, a cause that's important for them as well. We want to prove to the world that you can have impact and income at the same time, because I think as business owners we kind of get told that you got to choose. You're either not for profit or you make money. And it's like, well, why can't we do both? So a lot for us over the next 3 years, starting this year, is to create that what we call the impact flywheel. That's what's important for us. That's what's connecting a lot of our, you know, younger team members. You know, our team members are 25 to sort of 30. And, you know, it's not, obviously they don't need money, but it's not all about that for them. You know, they want to know what they're doing is making a difference in their world. So we've got a manifesto. We've actually got a manifesto that the staff read, not that the staff, and also for the clients to read as well when they get started. So they and there's a final scene, which is all of us in New York. So there's actually a bit where they read when they start.
Is that the next trip, New York?
Yeah, that's what's called Empire. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Empire State. So there's an internal manifesto for every team member to read from their last day to their last. From their first to their last, and that really sets the tone. I encourage everyone to read that.
That I'm sure you're going to get a heap of downloads.
Yeah, great, good. Because I want everyone to build impact-led missions. Because then it's awesome.
Yeah. One question we ask every guest is, if you had to start all over from scratch, completely burn down your business and start again, what would be the first 3 hires that you would make in your business?
That is a great question. All right, so I've got a team of 30 here, so it's like choosing 3 favorites. So I won't use names, but just like functionally, if you're going to start a business in this day and age, so team, do not hate me. I'm just I'm going to answer this question functionally.
We love you all.
We love you all, okay? But someone needs to sell something. Right, and that might be me to start with, but someone's going to need to bring in the dollars. So someone has to make something up, someone needs to make something happen, and someone needs to make it repeat. So without naming names.
What's the job title?
Well, you need someone, you know.
Salesperson?
Sales and you're probably going to be doing founder-led sales, but like you'd need someone at the front end. So like sales, marketing, media, like that sort of stuff. At some point pretty quickly, you're going to need someone to fulfill the thing. Otherwise, you're going to get stuck in fulfillment. Like whatever it is that you do, you're going to need just the doing. And then I never want to go back to doing everything in the company that we do at the moment. I did the very first one. I connected the first Zap. I'd run the first ad, made the first 100 sales. I did everything. It was important for me to know that. But as quick as I fucking knew how to do it, I offloaded to our VAs. And an assistant. Make some money.
Sales, marketing.
Turn it into an operation. And someone speak to the client.
And once you've got those 3 people, what would you be doing as the founder?
Media at the front. Like creating the attention around what we've got. I would like content creator would be part of the first few hires, like media, That's how people, otherwise, if people can't buy from you if they don't know you exist.
Totally. I wish 3 years ago when I started that I...
We're still early, dude. We're still
Yes.
early.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why this year it's a huge focus.
We're still early.
Yeah.
Like, we're still early, but...
Love that. Thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, that was fun.
Where can people find you? I know you've said your Instagram.
I'd say Instagram's
but-
probably the best bit, eh?
Yeah.
Like Instagram, you can find me at hey.doza. Come say hello. Yeah, that'd be great. That was fun, Jess.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thanks
for
for
having me.
coming.